In this video I'm going to show you how to get even more visitors for your website. And you may, on some of the forums, have seen it so many times, and you may think, well, that's a lot of hard work, and I'm not sure how to do it. But you know, it's not overnight. Getting many visitors is not an overnight success. But the big word is content. Now, if you just had a 10-page website with a few articles and a home page and started getting links, which is the right way to start, but your 10-page website is versus my 10,000-page website, who's going to get the most visitors? Even if you had content of 250 pages and each of those pages got one visitor a day, you've got 250 visitors. So what I'm showing you here is again my diet website, and I've just typed in the site command into MSN, and this is how to do it, to see how many pages are indexed. It's the same command in all the search engines, but if you type site and then colon and then your website address, then you can see how many pages are indexed. And you see on this site I have 359 pages. Now there are two ways I've got content onto this website. One is probably the easiest way, and that's articles. Now I'll show you in a minute, and have a look at the other video on duplicate content on how to put articles onto your website. It's fairly simple to do, but you've just got to do a few things first, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And the other thing is, if you can get other people to develop the site for you, then it's going to be a lot easier. So I've actually got a forum on this website as well, as you see here, weight loss forum. But just bear in mind, forums are notoriously difficult to get going. They do require a lot of work, because people won't post on a forum if it's not busy. If there's no one posting, then a new visitor coming to have a look will not post at all. So just be careful. On forums, you can do it, it will build content, and on this particular site, some of the forum pages people do search for, and I get direct links to, and then that can point them to the rest of my site. But the best one to go for is vBulletin. I think the license is $80 or $90 a year, but only do it once you've got your website going, once you've got a list that you can email people to tell them about it. Once you're willing to actually post 10 or 20 posts a day to your forum, once you can get other people there to start posting away, and then once you're willing to promote it. But it's a good way. If you can get other ways of your visitors or other people to develop your own content, then that's going to make it a lot easier for you. But if we just have a look down at these articles that have been indexed here. So this is one of my articles. We saw Atkins diet before, and here's something else. Now, why have I got these particular articles on? Well, it all goes back to your keyword research, and if you go back to the main tool, when I was doing the research, I started off with the top word just to see what people were searching for, and then look at some of the, if we just move here, look at some of these terms. I didn't go for diet because it is, it's a huge term, even though I am number 2 in msn.co.uk for the word diet. I didn't go for diet pill either, or healthy diet, because those are the big ones. But I started looking at these terms, so I've got a page on this term, a page on that term. Atkins diet, I've got a page on that term, and then I've chosen some of these other terms lower down. So cabbage soup diet, I've got a page on that, and you can see how the volume goes down. But it doesn't matter if I'm number 1 for this term, 12,000 searches a month. That's 400 a day. I mean, that's good traffic to get into your site. But as you go down and down and down, and we've seen this before, I personally would go right down to the bottom, and you know how if you click on this it'll give you other related searches to that term, and just go for those. So if you start at the bottom, here's a low volume search term, it's 2,000 a month, and you can write an article on this. If you can get number 1 for these low volume search terms, then you're away. Because as I've said before, if you've got, even on a small scale, 10 pages getting 50 searches a day, you've got your 500. And even if you're in a highly competitive market and you have to look for even lower terms, here you are. If you build 100 articles, which is not going to take you too long, and if you've got 5 visitors a day to each, then you've got your 500. Do the math, because this could be 10 and that could be 50. This, even if you're on a long-term plan, this could only be 1 page a week. It doesn't take long to build up to this. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can do it. So the big thing is content. You need content. As I say, if you've got 100 pages, you can start to build that into 500, and you could be getting many more visitors. Just keep building your site. That's what you need to do. If you've got a blog, it's another good way. I mean, have a look at these terms and write a blog article on these terms and put this as your title, because on each blog this goes into a separate page. So you have a page starting with this particular term, and then write about it and do the same rules that we looked at in your on-page SEO. Is put these terms within your article, at the end of the article, and of course in your header. So make sure you put that, because in blogs it's quite good because they automatically link on the whatever you call your blog article. So the link text is perfect, and then your header and all the words are 100% related to the term that you are targeting. So this is another good way of getting good content to your site, so people are searching for these particular terms. So that's the main way to get more volume. As I say, volume, it's the same with people who do made for AdSense sites. They're working on a volume basis, and if they get 1 or 2 clicks, then they've made their goal. And it's the same for getting visitors to your site. But this is the tool you should be using every single day, is looking at what people search for. If you say on this term here, if you have a site, vegetariandiet.com or whatever you want to call it, thevegetariandiet.com or total vegetarian diet, there's loads of ways that you can split that up, and then start to look at what people are typing in. Again, these are low volume, so make a page for each of these. They're all separate articles in their self. So go off and do it, and that's how you're going to get your 500, make it into 1,000, 1,500 visitors a day. It can be done.